Hey there guys, PrepperMarine81 here. Today I wanted to go over a knife review for you. It's been quite a long time since I've done this on a folding knife, primarily because I really stopped carrying and purchasing folding blades. I felt that going to a fixed blade knife, even for smaller E.D.C purposes, was just a smarter way to go for me personally, just because I'm very hard on my gear and I use it a lot. And I just got tired of buying folding blades that kept failing on me and really were bad designs. Hence, this SOG Trident, which I hate. In my opinion, this thing is a giant piece of crap that cost $65, or at least it did when I purchased it. I've got re-videos. Wow, created a new word there for YouTube. I've got reviews on YouTube about this on my channel. There's actually a few of them, like an unboxing all the way out to I think a year of carrying it. It's for the money. It's a complete waste. There's a lot of different other options that you can get that are far better than this. And in my opinion, SOG's quality has completely plummeted over the years, and you don't really get what you pay for with them anymore. That's just my opinion, but there it is. There's my 2 cents. Anyway, this is what I just recently picked up, and I've always been a fan of Kershaw. I think they make really good knives for the money. They don't try to gouge you, and you typically will get some pretty decent quality for what you pay for. And this is no exception. This is actually almost an exception, even in their case, that I think you get more bang for your buck out of this than even most of their other blades that they offer. I'll go over some specs real quick. The blade steel is that 8CR13 MOV steel, which I've had knives in the past that use this. I'm a big fan of it. Yes, it's not the best steel out there, but as far as corrosion resistance, edge retention, and how well it takes an edge, I do really like it. Especially how good of an edge it'll take. You can get a scalpel edge on these things with that steel, at least in my experience. This is a Rick Hinder design. For those of you that don't know, he makes a lot of like higher end designs that typically cost an arm and a leg. So it's pretty cool that he actually designed this one, and this one came in at I think I paid $35 for it, which is phenomenal. See, blade length 2 3/4, closed 3 3/4, overall 6.5. Weight is 4.1 ounces. It is a little bit heavy for its size. Just because it is all completely steel. Any type of frame lock design like that, you might have a little bit more weight to it. It's not going to be like this where it's some type of plastic that's real lightweight. But it's not annoyingly heavy. I don't mind it at all, and that's actually part of the reason why I purchased it, was because it was frame lock, and in my opinion, frame lock folding blades are some of the sturdiest out there that you can buy. If you look at some of the zero tolerance line by Kershaw, those are like mini tanks. Let me see. There is also a Cryo 2, which is a little bit larger than this, if you want something a little bit bigger. That's a little bit more. I don't really recall off the top of my head how much it costs, but it's a little bit more, a little bit larger. If you do like this design, you just want something with a little bit larger blade. This has also a titanium carbonitride coating for corrosion resistance. It's been fine ever since I purchased it. Let me see. It is speed safe assist, and it has a flipper. Let me just go ahead and show you. It comes out really quick, as you can see. Really good design. It has decent jipping on the top. It's not overly aggressive, but it does help a little. Nice big lanyard in the bottom. This is also set up for left and right hand carry, and tip up and tip down. So any way that you want to carry this, you can change it out. You just got to take out these little screws here, and then you can move it around. So that's cool too. Dual thumb stud. The spine is relatively thick. It is tapered right here, which I don't typically like. I would rather that they wouldn't have made that cut, but it does aid in push cuts. It allows it to slip in a little bit easier. Let me see. The reason why I kind of went against my rule in carrying a folding blade again is ever since I had this piece of crap and I got tired of carrying it, I went to a fixed blade for my E.D.C. And I purchased this. This is Becker's BK 11, I think it is, the Becker Necker. This is a really solid little fixed blade knife, and I love it. K-Bar is probably one of my favorite blade manufacturers. It's made out of 1095 Corrosion steel, so it is remarkably tough and strong. In this little thing, I've got a video on my channel where I split 2x4s with this, and the second one that I used, I literally tapped it in the top and then pushed it straight through with my hand. So it is quite capable for a little teeny blade like this. You can actually do a whole hell of a lot with it. So I went to this, carried this with me all the time in E.D.C. Let me grab the scabbard for that real quick just so you can see it. This is what it comes in, and I wore it as a neck knife just so you kind of see what it is or what it looks like. I know this is basically a review for this, but I'll just show you anyway. I was carrying this for a long time. Love this knife. This is still carried with me in my E.D.C bag. But the reason why I made a change was I wanted something that was more personal defense. So I went with this, this K-Bar TDI knife. And this thing is wicked. I love this thing. But I didn't want to keep using this for my day-to-day tasks because, as I said, I'm very rough on my gear. And I wanted this to maintain like a scalpel edge, like I keep all my knives, for that self-defense purpose. So what I ended up doing is I thought, well, okay, well, I'll just try to find a sturdy, small-sized pocket knife that won't add a bunch of weight to my E.D.C gear that I can use for other tasks, so that way I don't have to pull this out and use it every time I want to open something or what have you. So that's what I ended up doing, and so far I will say that I am pretty pleased with this. It gets used all the time. I haven't had any kind of issues with it. It holds an edge real well. So I would definitely recommend picking this up if that's something that you're kind of looking for. I know to each his own as far as your E.D.C gear. This is just kind of what I'm rolling with right now. It's worked out pretty well for me. I will show you let me get it off my belt here real quick. This is what the K-Bar TDI comes in with the belt clip. This just slips over my belt, just so you can kind of see that as well. If you have any kind of questions about anything that you see here or something that I discussed, feel free to ask. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Purple Marine 81 out.